away from me!
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. I did. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to push the sphere as far as possible. That's it! Stay focused. Excellent control there. Good. Not to worry. Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Watch this.
That's it!
Be sharp.
Happens to the best of us.
Here we go. There we go. Here. Nicely done.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. Watch this. That is how it's done.
Stay focused.
Be sharp.
Splendid! Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my mother received an offer to teach divinity. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in
Is Wagadu much bigger than...
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding but it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me.
Is Wagadu a castle like...
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle. I remember the first time, and then it just materialized.
This may seem an odd question.
Mostly, yes.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very
It's nice to learn about.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to... Until next time.
Of course.
A word,
Can
if you
use
would.
Accio on humans.
You wanted
If
to
you're
speak
so
with me,
inclined.
Professor?
I did. I trust your first charm.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't
What charm is there in... Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One of...
Of course, Professor.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor. Now, Professor Weasley has... Expect to hear from me soon.
Revelio.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted...
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to... Hope your first day's going well.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again... Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to...
Revelio.
Handy resources.
that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate. Good. Now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Can't be your first duel.
I do enjoy my duels. If only all my students were this again.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect... I demand excellence from my students. They are capable. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a...
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you... Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that. It was certainly good practice.
Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps...
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be quiet if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organizer.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break... Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted set, you just have to be clever enough not to...
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll...
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Do you think it's painful to be in a hole The most I've ever been able to conjure was a single twig.
How nice to see you, my young friend. Revelio. Revelio.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well? Seems Professor Fig taught you quite... I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've...
Nothing more, Professor.
Regardless, you must continue to build upon... In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your...
Professor Ronan did mention...
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potions...
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Olive... You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of... Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of...
I've never heard of a spellcraft.
A spellcraft is a recipe. I shall explain more about...
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman. I would trust no one else.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bed. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time.
I'd like to go with Natty.
She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor...
Rookwood?
Or rather, once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will... No time to waste. The sooner you complete...
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object.
It seems as if that might come in.
More frequently than one. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well. I have arranged some for today. See them through.
Why must I first complete?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience. Such experience is in...
I'll start on the task right away. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Revelio.
Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant!
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your... Let us give the old mending charm it. Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it! Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Reparo.
Nicely done! Like a charm, doesn't it?
I really have made a mess of things.
Revelio.
Is everything...
Oh, hello. Nice to see you again. Thank you for asking. And I'm afraid... you might recall that I was trying to cast non-verbally when we met in the... And now I've taken to creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to... My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally...
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian... I collect the books and remove the charm myself. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't...
I suppose I could help if I have...
I'd very much appreciate... If you could collect them and bring them to me.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books.
Accio!
Got it. Only 4 more to go.
Revelio.
This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her.
Revelio. Revelio. Tego. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.